The Royal Dutch Shell Group of companies is currently the world's largest oil company. It is the world's leading producer of oil, gas, and petrochemicals, and the world's largest retailer of automotive fuels and lubricants. It is also a pioneer in the LNG industry and has considerable experience in financing, management, and operations. The company has operations in 140 countries and employs nearly 1,900 people. Oil and gas production account for 3% and 3.5% of the world's total production, respectively. The more well-known companies, the more social responsibilities they assume. As the global energy sustainable development booms, Shell will also assume responsibility as a pioneer in sustainable development field. Therefore, this video will show the result after analyzing Shell's current sustainability situation and provides feasible recommendations for them.
As the global market becomes more sophisticated, the difference between the operation a company wants to achieve and what a company managed to perform in-house is increasing. The tendency among firms from all sectors is to outsource the logistic activities that are costly and time-consuming to external entities, which called third-party logistics, 3PL. Outsourcing these activities enable companies to reduce costs and focus on their core activities where they can build competitive advantages over adversaries. Nevertheless, choosing the right partner is often a complex decision. In December 2015, Paris Agreement raised the pressure towards sustainable logistics, as EU has set climate strategies and targets for reducing its greenhouse gas emission progressively up to 2050. These targets are defined to put the EU on the way to achieve the transformation towards low-carbon economy. Shell is one of the leading oil and gas companies worldwide and has been agreed to Paris Agreement, which is commitment aligning 177 countries to make contribution for dealing with the climate change issue for long-term perspective. Shell, as a global leader in energy industry, stated in their sustainability report that the overall carbon footprint level generated from Shell is planned to be reduced 20% by 2035. The ambition requires great change in energy transition and logistic efficiency. Hence, Shell outsource its logistic services is essential to monitor 3PL partner.
Shell aims to reduce emissions and save energy. Thus, we recommend that Shell's service be delegated to third parties and let these outsourced functions be more tightly controlled. First thing is to outsource logistics companies' transportation service to electric trucks. However, there is also shortage of electric trucks. The most important drawback is the limited delivery range, usually about 100 miles. In addition, associated support activities will bring additional costs, such as charging stations, operation costs, and premium purchase price for electric trucks. Therefore, the implementation of electric trucks in practical transportation must have more effective route organization, which can be improved through the second point, blockchain. We recommend that senior management use blockchain as an information technology to optimize supply chain processes in terms of sustainability.
By doing this, Shell is able to have closer supervision of their contracted third-party logistics provider about the way of delivery and execution of the contract in order to eliminate potential risks caused by the physical distance and the distinction of information technology. Timely and complete information sharing will lead to a better quality of demand forecasting and transportation route design, which are quite important for the efficiency of applying electric truck delivery. Companies use blockchain to evaluate contracted distributors would know whether the transportation service they are purchasing are sustainable or not by tracking and tracing each delivery's vehicle movements as well as the consumption level of the energy. Likewise, customers will also have access to those data generated from upstream supply chain activities that barely seen by the downstream parties. As a result, The whole transportation service will be supervised by all related stakeholders. However, as blockchain technology is not the core competency of Shell, senior managers should seek for a professional blockchain companies to conduct this work for them. Besides, according to the result of many researches, blockchain can also help validate supply chain partners, including raw material suppliers and distributors. In this case, our focus is distributors. Shell and other industry leaders which signed Paris Agreement should sit together and try to form a blockchain network, then come up with a list that records all the sustainability requirements which must be met by the third-party distributors. If they want to work as third-party logistics provider for any of those leading corporations in the energy industry, they have to meet all the requirements listed in the blockchain network.